So I've talked about shelter, talked about water, my other priorities. We got to talk about first aid. If you're going to carry a first aid kit in the backcountry, get a quality one. Not the kind from the pharmacy that, the local pharmacy that has all the rainbow colored band-aids. Those aren't equipped for, designed for the backcountry. Get some that are made out by the wilderness medical professionals. So Atwater carries one, Adventure Medical Kits, that's another one. This one I've tricked out with a few extra things. I've got some Benadryl in here. And the fast melt Benadryl. This is the children's Benadryl that gets in your system quickly, because one of the dangers in the desert, one of the serious dangers in the desert is death from anaphylactic shock. And frankly, you're more at risk from having that problem with Africanized bees, which are very aggressive. You're more at risk from running into them than you are a rattlesnake or scorpion. I talked to a toxicologist from University of Arizona a few years ago when I was writing my desert survival book, and I said, what are the big priorities in terms of venomous creatures that you have to worry about between scorpions, Gila monsters, rattlesnakes, centipedes, all these things? And he said the number one is death from anaphylactic shock from the Africanized bees. So carry some fast melt Benadryl. If you know you have an allergic history already to anaphylaxis, to that kind of bee sting or bite, consider getting a prescription from your doctor for an EpiPen. I carry these because I'm a guide, so I've got 3 or 4 of these with me for my survival courses. But otherwise, in your first aid kit, definitely get some children's fast melt Benadryl. This can be a lifesaver if you go into anaphylactic shock, or somebody in your party does, from encountering a beehive or bee nest. In here I also carry some super salve lotion that's great for bites and stings. A friend of mine in town makes this, and you can get this locally, the herb. Good stuff, probably in your neck of the woods. So, a quality first aid kit, carry that with you. I've got my water, got my shelter. Signaling. Yeah, you can carry a cell phone. Is it gonna work when you're in the bottom of a canyon? Is it gonna work when you got a windstorm and you can't get out? Some areas this doesn't work at all. Here in the Southwest, Navajo Reservation, you get these blank spots on the map, you're not going to get any cell coverage. So you can carry it with you, but know that it has its limitations. Satellite phone would be better. Personal location beacon, even better. But short of that, carry a quality glass signal mirror. These cost about $10. We'll go into these in a later episode on how to use them. They're pretty straightforward. There was a father-son group of hikers lost in the Sierra Mountains of California a few years ago, and they signaled to searchers from about 3 miles away at night under a full moon with a quality glass mirror. We've tested these out up to 25 miles in the desert. These things are outstanding, don't take up a lot of space, are very calorie efficient. I'm not going out and collecting the gobs of firewood to build a signal fire, which in itself can be dangerous in the Southwest. So for the starter packet for carrying signaling equipment, your signaling gear, start with a signal mirror. Consider getting a personal location beacon, sat phone if you spend a lot of time in remote areas, but at least start with this. My kids carry some of this stuff, but they definitely have a whistle with them. We got a little pocket knife. We got a trash bag. Trash bag's a great shelter. You poke a hole in it at the top, pull it over you. You got that to cover you, cut down on hypothermia. Okay, knives. Oh, this could be a whole thing in itself. People love talking about knives. I'm a sucker for the Mora knives. I started using these back in 1989. Love them. They've been around, of course, for over 100 years. Come from the town of Mora in Sweden. And I like these knives. I've used them extensively out in the field for years and years. Wear mine around my neck like a lot of people in the field do. That comes from the Norwegian tradition, where they still wear them like that over in the old country. I've also got a folding knife. I like the cold steel knives. Swiss Army knife is also very good. I've got one of those somewhere here, the kind with the must have left it in my truck there. But I carry that one when I'm going on courses, when I'm teaching a lot. That one's got the nice folding saw blade, and for cutting fireboards and that kind of thing. Otherwise, I'm never without my Mora and my folder. Keep in mind too that You know, multi-tools like Leatherman Swiss Army knives are not knives, they're multi-tools. So if you're going to carry one of those, also carry a good quality fixed blade or heavy duty knife if you're doing that chopping and splitting and heavy duty stuff out in the bush.